huge congratulations are in order for you. Massive dub for you. Just easy breezy to start out. How's it feel to be a champion?
It's still a little surreal. I don't think it's hit me like fully yet. We still have 2 games left in our season, so I haven't been able to like just relax and, I don't know, reflect on everything. But I don't know if anyone saw me after the game, but I think I cried on the field like 10 times. So yeah, it was a really, really cool moment for me.
I love the professionalism. You still have 2 games, but Lindsey, you won Champions League that night. What did you do to celebrate?
Oh boy. Well, we took a long time getting out of the locker room in Turin. We celebrated there for a while. Obviously, we had our family and friends that had come on I think 10 different buses from Lyon. My mom was there, my boyfriend was there, and my agent. So celebrated with them a little bit, and we made our way back to Lyon and had a little bit of a celebration here as much as we could, but that went way too late. But yeah, you have to do it with a win like that.
Yeah, you gotta when you are the champion of Europe, you got to go big. Absolutely agree with that 100%. Looking a little bit at this match though, for those of us who were watching stateside, obviously we had an eye on you, an eye on Katarina Macario, and just sort of this massive meeting of 2 European giants in the final. You're talking Lyon, Barcelona. These are iconic clubs, iconic brands, like massive amounts of history. Does that like add an extra layer of anticipation or nerves or anything? What were your sort of feelings going into that big of a match?
I think for me, obviously I played at PSG for 3.5 years, and I never really got that moment or that anticipation or that feeling of pressure or whatever. So I think I was just excited. These are kind of, obviously for me, these are the kind of games that you live for as a footballer. The World Cup is obviously different. It's with your national team, and this is a club level, highest of highs, the mountain that you climb. And like I said in my post-game interview, I watched this growing up as a little kid. This was like everything. This is what my coaches told me to watch. These were the best games, the best teams. And obviously at the time, like I said, I was watching the men's Champions League because I wasn't able to watch any of the women's games, back when I was 12 and 13. Like I didn't know there was a women's Champions League and whatnot. So for this game, like there's so much lead up, so much talk about Barca and Lyon and who's the underdog, who's going to win this game, everything. But that was like the thing. There was so much talk about it. Like that was what was exciting. And I'm like, wow, like we are actually this huge subject going around the football world right now. We're all over social media. Everyone wants to watch this game. And then it's with 2 of the best clubs in the world. Lyon's won Champions League now 8 times. So that there's like a little pressure there, but then Barca is like on this pedestal right now and one of the best clubs in the world, and had just won Champions League, had the chance to take their crown back, and obviously they're doing so much for the women's game. And I think, that was the coolest thing for me, was like everyone's talking about this right now, and that's how it should be. And this is what I grew up watching, on the men's side. So it's kind of like take every bit of this moment in, all the nerves, all the excitement, the stress, the anxious feeling before the game. Like that's kind of how I settled into the game, if that makes sense.
Completely. I mean, you're giving me chills just talking about it, and I'm just watching it. I'm not even there for it. This is so cool to hear you talk about that. And as you mentioned, growing up, that's what you watched. I mean, you watched the men's side, but that was the epitome of it. That's what you were watching and studying. Was this the goal, to get there and play in that game? Or if you could go back and tell 12-year-old Lindsey anything about that experience, what would you tell her?
Yeah, I think that's, I'm like getting teary-eyed now thinking about it. Yeah, just Champions League final, seeing that trophy, even as young little Lindsey, when my coach told me to watch this tournament, and honestly to watch Barca when I was a little girl, the men's team. And that was everything. And that's the moment, you know, stepping onto the field in that game and hearing the Champions League anthem, you know, that's the coolest feeling in the world. That's what I hope every footballer wants to feel. And again, like I said, it's just different at a club level than with your national team. National team is so special in a different way. This is, you know, who you train with every single day for, you know, this moment, have this many games with and whatnot. So yeah, it was everything.
You know, to watch this match kind of unfold, we saw Lyon really get on the front foot, kind of really take the game to Barcelona. There was a pretty massive early goal from your teammate, Amandine Henry. I got to ask you about it, especially because you were telling us a little bit about like locking in mentally. This was a screamer. I mean, an absolute banger from distance. Her winning the ball and then just having the presence of mind to just take this shot. That is a type of goal that can really, really amp you up. What is it like to be on the, you know, the teammate side of things? Where is it about like celebrating the moment and then quickly locking in? Walk us through that specific time in the match a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you a little secret. This is so funny. Me and Amandine have this ongoing joke that we never shoot. And like we get so much crap in training because, you know, we're midfielders. We want to like make that final pass and we want to get the nice assist and like, you know, set someone up. And we always say like, if someone's in a better position to score, like we want to dish it to them and whatnot. And again, we get so much crap for not shooting from our teammates. And we joked right before the game, we were just like, okay, each half, one of us has to take a shot. That has to happen. And I remember like the play so vividly because I was right behind Amandine and she wins the tackle. And I was just like, I'm so exhausted right now. It's so hot. I'm going to let Amandine go. She can get in the box, whatever. Like I thought she was going to pass. And then all of a sudden the shot comes and I'm like right behind it. So I see it, you know, curve so nicely off to the upper 90. And I'm just, that was like it, you know, that's what, you know, stuns a team in the first half. That's what you never want to happen to you because literally all mentality can go down and whatnot. So I think, you know, that just gave our team everything. You know, first off, we hear and read things before the game that, you know, we're the huge underdog going into this. And then we start a game like that. It's exactly what we needed. And then we go off to score 2 more goals in the first half. It's incredible to start that way in a Champions League final, you know?
I mean, you guys made it look so easy. Honestly, watching, I was like, look at this. They started off the half like this. They get a couple more goals and another huge influential player involved in this game, aside from yourself, but international teammate Katarina Macario with Lyon. Phenomenal season overall, but even in this final, she ends up netting a goal. What's so special about playing with Kat for club and for country and having that familiarity between you two?
Yeah, it's honestly been great. And I think, you know, Kat's a footballer just like me. So I think we get each other very well. And obviously that partnership and relationship, you know, on club and with the national team is huge. You know, it helps in so many ways. And she's growing into it and she's getting better and better. And I think, you know, capping off her season with Lyon, getting that goal was really cool for her. And, you know, no American has scored in the Champions League final before, so might as well put another statistic up there for us Americans, and which is really cool. But no, I'm really proud of her and what she continues to do, and you know, she's so young too, so she has a lot of potential and she can keep growing and growing.